Do you want to know how I got from looking like this to looking like that? Stick around because in today's video I am going to take you on a journey down my fitness. Oh my God, how can I forget this again? I'm going to take you on a brief version of my fitness journey. I can do this on a brief version of my fitness journey. Okay. Do you want to know how I went from this to this? Stick around because in today's video, I am going to take you on a brief version of my fitness journey. Yes, I did it. Hello everyone, my name is Brianna, but you can call me Bri. I'm a personal trainer and a nutrition coach with a passion for bodybuilding. Whenever people look at me nowadays, they quickly assume that I am someone who has been in a great shape throughout their entire life, somebody who has a ton of sports accomplishments, and I just realized I have a medal right behind me, but that's not from my childhood, I can guarantee you that. Somebody who has basically always kind of had it easy, but that's not nearly the case, guys. I was actually born with a heart condition that didn't allow me to participate in any sorts of physical education classes and definitely no sports of any kind. I remember even feeling chest pains whenever I would do a little bit of running or try to move a little too fast to go somewhere. I can definitely tell you that the lack of participation in sports with other kids is what contributed to feelings of awkwardness, just being shy and not being able to connect or interact with the other kids in the same way that I felt that they were able to connect with each other. That often left me feeling like an outsider in most situations with kids. On the bright side, I did grow up eating mainly good quality homemade foods, but I can definitely tell you that over the years I started using food as a coping mechanism for my negative feelings, and little by little junk foods also made their way into my diet, so it wasn't always great, but at least a foundation of healthy, homemade, good quality foods was into my life if there were no sports. So it wasn't until I was a teenager that I realized how big I looked when I saw myself in pictures. Now, I had always felt bigger and on the bigger side, but it wasn't until I saw it on a picture that it had the biggest impact on me, and I realized that it is indeed the case. Now, it also did not help at all that as a teenager, I absolutely loved wearing crop tanks and whatever cringy fashion trends we were following in the early 2000s. So here we go. This is me in my teenage years. I'd like to say around 2002, age 13, and as most 13-year-old kids, I felt very uncomfortable in my own skin, and kids in school did not fail to let me know that I'm overweight. So I did experience a lot of bullying as a kid. Here we have some pictures ranging from 2004 until 2008 where I was working out, but I wasn't really doing anything effective or putting any sort of effort outside of visiting the gym facility itself. In my free time, you would find me eating and drinking whatever, still unhappy with my physique and just wondering why I can't reach my body goals. I actually found this gem of a video and I almost deleted it. I felt so embarrassed watching it. But I am here to share as much as I can in hopes this helps someone else. So there we go. Here I was following a YouTube video from the comfort of my own room. I have no idea why I was recording it on my little camera that I had attached to my desktop computer back in the day, but you can see me trying my best, wearing lifting gloves where now no lifting actually was happening, and stopping to write down reps like it's the most crucial part of the workout. I was just starting to learn more about the human body because I felt very unhappy with the way I looked again. There is a pattern, and food was still my way of coping with emotions, my way of socializing and connecting with others. Everything needed to happen over food, dinner, cake, ice creams with friends, desserts, and the occasional retail therapy session. Here I am closer to my 18th birthday and already noticing some differences in my body. I had lost some weight in the not most ideal way. I do remember skipping dinner often and eating an apple and yogurt, even while my family was enjoying a pizza on a Friday night. I felt so determined to lose the weight, yet lost because I felt like a lot of my efforts were giving me poor results, so there was a lot of frustration in me at that time. This is me another 2-3 years later, summer vacation edition. I was doing a lot of high intensity interval training, lifting some weights, I was going to the gym, but I can't even remember what I was doing there. I was counting my macros by hand, meaning that I had a little book with calories from different foods in it, and I had a little notebook, and I would write down whatever I ate, and then I had to look through the pages and find a category of whatever I was eating that day and calculate, and it was a lot of math, and it took forever to calculate calories by hand. Now, scrolling quicker through the years, this is me right before coming to New York in 2015. I was lifting weights consistently, was doing some cardio, and I was having a slightly better relationship with food and my body. I felt great here. I felt great with the way that I looked, and I just felt healthy and happy, but I knew that I wanted to achieve more with my body. And this is where you can see how in 1 year or less, things can change for the worse very quickly. I'm leaving Italy and staying in New York, and I was enjoying all of the foods New York has to offer. I let go of everything completely. I was sleeping very poorly and just not taking care of myself in general. I'd say the main culprit here was eating a lot, eating out most of the time, lots of desserts, lots of treats. Lack of discipline, structure, and routine is what made me just eat pretty much about anything and everything. And I also wasn't training as much as before, and I felt unmotivated and lost. Despite of knowing at that point a lot more and better, I still let myself get to that point. And in the beginning of 2016, I started training again with more consistency. I put more effort into my sessions, and I was following structured programming. I stopped overtraining myself, and I decided to set bigger goals for my physique. I wanted more. My ideal body was muscular and lean. I hired a nutrition coach, and I had an online trainer who was also doing my programming. I decided to do it all at the same time. So on top of that, I joined CrossFit, I was doing yoga, I started meal prepping consistently, and I was tracking my food consistently for the first time ever, not only at home, but also when I would go out and eat, even my treat meals. I was fully dedicated to myself, and I did lose about 15 to 20 pounds, which got me to the lowest weight I have ever been at that point as an adult, at about 132 pounds, and looking back at my physique with little muscle mass. Now going forward to 2019, it is the best I ever felt, and I looked, I was lifting, I was running, I was just happy. And one morning I woke up in excruciating pain, and I realized after going to the ER for the first time in my life that I have a very large and extremely painful ovarian cyst that needed immediate surgery. I had to wait for the surgery, I couldn't train for a few months, and I lost a ton of the muscle mass that I had on me. I lost focus, I lost determination, I felt depressed, I felt like I had just found myself and I ended up losing myself, and I felt like it would take me the same amount of time to come back to feeling like myself as it did to get to that point. Either way, I managed to push through, and in late 2019 is when I first considered bodybuilding, and I got myself a posing practice suit and heels, and these are actually the same ones that I'm still using to this day. The heels I use at home when I'm practicing, and I do my check-ins with this suit. In late 2020, it is finally when I committed to starting a competition prep. Around December, I chose the wellness division. So in January of 2021, these are my starting point pictures. And I was super excited to go on this journey. I was all in. Again, I like dedicating these moments to myself and being fully dedicated to my goal. So these are my first stage shots here. And this is the Wasatch Warrior Show. It happened in April of 2021 in Utah. I decided after that show that I'm going to do yet another one about 6 weeks later. So these are my second stage shots from the Atlantic State Championships in June of 2021. That was the end of my competition season at the time, and I started working on improving my physique based on what the judges gave me as feedback. Last year, 2022, I competed only once, and these are my starting prep pictures. I started prep in January of 2022 versus the pictures when I was almost ready for the stage and super depleted in about last week of June 2022. And obviously a week later, my stage shots from the NPC Universe show, that is a local show that I did here in New Jersey. Since then, I have been working hard on improving my physique according to what the judges' feedback was. So you'll be able to see more stage shots soon. As you can see, guys, this has been quite the journey from feeling uncomfortable in my own body and my own skin to having highs where I felt like everything is going great and I look amazing, to lows where I feel like my health or life just kicked me down. Yet I found the strength in me to pick myself up again and continue following the plan and moving towards my goal. My goal has always been to feel better in my own body, to perform better, to look better. And I really hope that sharing this story is something that you guys are going to find helpful. You are going to feel inspired. You're going to understand that it doesn't matter how long it takes you, as long as you keep on consistently working towards your goal, you are eventually going to get there and achieve even more. You know, aim for the stars, land on the moon. Shoot for the stars, land on the moon. I don't know what the saying is, but you get the point of what I mean. You place a goal, you start working towards that goal. Eventually, you're going to get there. Just keep working. And if you enjoy more content just like this, fitness related, nutrition related, bodybuilding, some corgi, but the corgi's not home right now, please make sure to hit the subscribe button and hit the little notification bell so you do get a notification every single time I release a video. You don't want to miss the video. Leave me a comment below and let me know, where are you on your fitness journey? Where would you like to get to? What other content would you like to see on my channel? And I am going to see you in the next video. Can you tell I did my makeup for this? I did. I maybe overdid it. Never mind.